Welcome to
The Bam Show.
It's your turn.
Just say I'm Bella.
I'm Bella.
I'm Ashlyn.
And I'm Maddie. And today we are making the perfect apple pie recipe with homemade pie crust and vanilla ice cream.
Let's get
started. So first we add the flour. So we have our 2.5 cups of flour, and we're going to put it into a food processor. And then you want to, Ashlyn, if you wouldn't mind adding the
butter.
half of the butter. So we have our, yeah, you go for it. We have our cubed butter. Make sure to cut it into cubes.
And then the salt. Where's the
Wash
salt?
my hands
And the
again.
salt, which is right, no, that's sugar. Right there.
No,
it's not.
Hang on. A tip.
Yeah, it is. That's salt.
A
It's
tip.
pink.
Listen.
It's pink.
Himalayan salt.
Oh.
A tip: you can never wash your hands too many times.
Good tip.
I think that should be good.
You think?
All right.
Yeah.
Then
Okay.
after that, we add in our ice water, which is over here. So we're gonna add in about 1.
Does the ice go in there?
No. Make sure that you do not get any of the ice cubes that are in your ice water into the
I want ice cubes.
food processor.
Play music.
We should play. You play music.
It's on my phone.
Oh shoot, my phone's about to die.
I can grab it.
Maybe you know music.
We will. We'll do some music.
Maybe you should take the ice cubes out now.
Ooh, it's nice and
Moist.
Just like
moist and starting to feel
Form.
like a dough, which is good. Okay, and that's what I'm talking about.
Here's the dough.
That is the first part of our dough.
So now I'm going to be rolling out the dough. You have to make sure that you put some flour down on your surface and on your rolling pin so it does not stick. Yeah.
I want to make sure it's the size of your pie pan. So like, this is ours. It's what, 9 by 11 probably. Now we will be making our filling for the apple pie. We have our salt, nutmeg, and our cinnamon, our 2 tablespoons of flour, and 3/4 a cup of sugar. And now Bella is juicing the lemon right now because we need a tablespoon of lemon juice. And then with the apples, you can just use a potato peeler to peel them, and don't cut yourself like Ashlyn did. So now we have our peeled and thinly sliced apples. So I'm gonna add in the sugar first.
I'm still wrestling with that because this year
And just mix this around. Then you can add in your 2 tablespoons of flour. And just mix that around. And then the salt, nutmeg, and cinnamon. Oh, and then I'll add the lemon juice in now. Oh, we don't really have I just spilled it. Okay, we're gonna have to find some more lemon juice.
Okay, we can just squeeze some in there. I'll find some in the fridge.
So I just put the bottom half of the crust in the pan after I buttered it so that it doesn't stick too bad. And now I'm gonna go ahead and put the filling in crust and lay it over.
Josh, how long will the case take?
Okay, and then just kind of pinch the edges of the pie crust together. Since we didn't do the lattice top, you can make little slits kind of to help with baking and just for the decoration purpose.
It's been
Like,
what, 3-4 months?
and once you're done with that, you can go ahead and pop it in your oven at 425 degrees. And now we will make the ice cream while the pie is baking.
And now it's been in the oven for 18 minutes. We're just going. Ow, it's hot. We're just going to cover the edges of the crust to prevent it from browning too much.
Now we're gonna make the ice cream. So we start by mixing the milk. So that's 1 cup of milk, 3/4 cup of sugar, and a pinch of salt, and 1 cup of heavy cream. And we warm it on the stovetop, and just kind of mix it around until it's warm. And then once it's warmed, you're gonna let it, you're gonna put a lid on it and let it steep for about 30 minutes.
Let's dig in.
Okay. So you're gonna mix the egg yolks and the mixture.
Which is in there right now.
Yeah, so you're gonna mix it over medium heat until it thickens and you make sort of a custard. So now that this has thickened and made kind of a custard, now we have a mesh strainer and we're gonna put it in our other cup of heavy whipping cream and put it in there.
And then we also have our ice ready right here for the ice cream.
So now we have our custard and the heavy whipping cream mixed together, and Bella is putting in 2.5 cups of rock salt into the ice cream maker around it to help churn it and make it cool.
So now we're gonna put the custard, which is still a little bit warm, into the tin. And then we're just going to put the churner thing on.
Yeah, here's the lid.
How long does it do this for? Okay, so we had our ice cream in the ice cream maker, as you saw before, but it was churning for a long time and didn't really do anything, and all of the ice started to melt and get all really watery, and it still had it wasn't churning very well, and we don't have any more ice. So we decided that we would try and put it in the Vitamix to see if that would do anything, but it just made it more watery. So we're gonna put it in this tub and freeze it overnight and see if that... Sorry Ashlyn couldn't be here today.
Thanks for tuning into the BAM show.
As you can see, hang on. So we split the crust into even rounds, and then we're making them into discs, and we have to put them in saran wrap, and then put them in the fridge for an hour. Well said. Yeah, I know. Thanks.
And while we're doing that, we will be making the filling for the apple pie and our homemade vanilla ice cream.